Hi Capricorn, welcome to your February reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know this reading is quite late and my apologies for that, but I had to go with the flow of this energy. It was a quite intense month and I was thinking, is there still a use in putting up a February reading for you guys? Yeah, I think so, because I do have some certain messages that I got during meditation and I wrote down a couple of them for you guys. And energy is fluid, so I feel like I'm just gonna tune in for now, the end of February and like halfway through March. And so these messages will find you wherever, whenever they meant to. So what I got for you guys was going through a period of time where there's confusion. There's confusion of like, what is my next step? What is the thing that I want to do? Feeling all the emotions arising, having troubles with sleeping. Some of you are dreaming very heavily every night, or just overall had some pretty intense dreams, very realistic, very connected to your emotions and your subconscious emotions. I'm feeling like you are at a time and a space where you're developing a new coping mechanisms with feelings and emotions and your wants and your needs and things that make you happy and things that make you feel sad, and to really sort of comprehend and transmute those feelings and emotions when it comes to the past, the present, and the future, and to really are able to see things separately and yet as a whole, and to heal things from the past by changing your vision and your viewpoints in the present and for the future. So there's a lot to gain in the present moment for you guys, to be present, to practice that in whatever way is connected to you. Some of you it's really meditation, for others of you it's being connected to earth, to nature, to nurture your plants, or grow new ones, things like that really center yourself, ground yourself, and get you out of the headspace into the heart. That's something I'm feeling. Something that was weighing heavy on your heart and has been arising a little bit more within you. I'm hearing suppressed. So there's just things that you've put somewhere and now they're arising. It doesn't mean that that exact thing is coming up and popping up, but it might show up in different areas of your life, and your response to them are not necessarily because of those things. It's because of something else that you've sort of suppressed emotions, what I keep hearing. So a new way, a new vision that you gain in the present moment will help you heal and storage old feelings and emotions and hurt and pain and grief and loss in a new way, and use it constructively in your present and so for your future. It's almost like you're freeing yourself from a certain belief system, from a certain deal of coping and feeling and handling it, and now putting it constructively into use, and how you gain the wisdom from it and the power and the strength and gain the energy from it. And not necessarily I have to be always happy and to only have happy feelings and look at something that have hurt us in the past in like a very happy way. No, but you can always get to a point where you can neutralize it and you can use it, put it to use, or let it no longer affect your present and so your future. I feel that thing that was that you were suppressing, it's not necessarily one event like one day and something happened. It's a longer consistent thing that could have shown up in like a one day event type of thing. But what I feel is that it affected the way you looked at your talents and the way that you looked at your abilities and your belief, and almost like it was suffocating you at times, like something you really wanted to break free from but yet couldn't tap into because there was this hold over you, this filter. I feel you freeing yourself from that, and you're starting to learn and being asked, you really are being asked to embrace your talents, see that you have certain talents and skills, and if you are starting to value them and believe in them in a more deeper way, it will definitely bring in that shift, bring in that change. And so I see like a deeper healing because you're starting to believe in it, and believe in yourself more, allow yourself to just experience and try things out instead of having feeling the need that it has to be perfect in the first go. You're developing them more, and you're starting to realize that other things are actually really good for you, and you're starting to free yourself from comparing yourself to others or to people around you, or what they've put on you and the expectations they have of you, and all of that. You're freeing yourself from that, and then you get to the core of it, and that's where you feel, because I sense that you've been searching for that feeling of fulfillment, of destiny, of purpose, of just I want to do what I'm meant to do. I want to feel it in my soul. I want to feel it in every vein and every of my body. I want to feel my DNA, my body, my soul, my mind connecting and responding to it. I want to feel that connection, and that's something that you're gaining by freeing yourself, opening up your heart chakra, opening up to the present moment, and not necessarily dealing and acting in the present moment from the past, from past experiences, and freeing yourself and starting a clean slate. I feel an older woman energy that will come in and might help you and advise you, or something is healed between you and an older person. Could be a masculine or feminine that's showing up as a feminine energy that is healed, and then just it unlocks a door. If others of you is really just advice, or is someone who's pointing you somewhere, and then it's like, that makes sense, thank you, and you run with it. I feel you are at the edge of really breaking through and really receiving that, and having that success, that level of success, in the sense of that you start to receive what you were looking for and finding that connection. And I think that's the essence of success, is when you are working towards a certain level of connection you feel, and then you receive that and you feel it, and that's success. Not what others see and feel from it. It's about you, what you feel from, what you search in it, what you want to gain from it. And I think that is changing. So I feel that success is around the corner, but it's just as much important to work on that inner work right now. And the road towards it, the journey, is just as much important as the destination. It really is. And you start to feel and see that. And then a new chapter will begin, because I feel a new chapter is coming in for you guys. Just starting. Okay, let's get some cards out. Let's see what the additional messages are for you. There's beauty in being lost, Capricorn. There's beauty in it. If you allow yourself not to be completely paralyzed by fear, but see it as a new beginning. It's like, hey, this is a new land. This is a new chapter. This is a new version of me. I'm, leveling up. And I want to take pride in the inner work that I did, and so I can level up. But I am excited. This is new. You see with the Page of Wands, this is at the beginning of. But definitely at the beginning. So you are beginning. You're taking your first steps. You're making your first plans. You're getting your first successes coming in. And it's because you're standing in your own truth, your authentic sense of self. Not the one that has formed because you were abandoned as a child, or not the one that was getting bad grades no matter how hard you tried, because you were never meant to walk that pathway. So you weren't less than, but it was an image of yourself. And I feel like you're changing the way you look at yourself in the mirror. You're seeing someone different, you're feeling different. And it's not that you are changing into someone else. No, you're coming more home to yourself. You're finding a new version of yourself inside of you that was always there. And in divine timing, that light will shine and you will feel it. And then you feel that connection, and that equals success. So your higher self is guiding you from the mountain. You see the light right here? Your higher self is guiding you. And when you walk that pathway, you're like, I just feel guided. I just feel guided. I don't want to put a label on it, but I just feel that I need to try this, or I want to try this, or I'm going to do this differently. And I'm not going to be this hard on myself anymore, because I'm only paralyzing myself. And so I started yoga and I started meditating, and now I have not meditated for a week. What happens then? You're like, I should have been meditating because now I'm having these dreams again, and I should have just tried harder. Why didn't I do it? Why? No. All right, I took a week off. Now I feel like I want to try it out again. Let's see. I'm just going to do it tomorrow morning. And if tomorrow morning comes, you don't do it, that's okay. I'll find another moment where I feel connected to it, and I'll do it. Do that with everything. King of Wands. You see how quickly things flow once the fire starts to burn. It's like you know exactly what to do, what to put on it, how much air to allow to come into it in order for it to grow. But yet you first needed the first fire funks, like fire sparks, in order for the fire to begin. Can't blame yourself. You haven't built a beautiful fire, because you didn't have the fire yet. And so you have many talents and skills in order to build that fire into something big that will last for days, You have those talents, you have those gifts, but you first need to find the spark, just that light funk, in order to start something. And that is just as much important, Capricorn, to find that spark and to take time to find it and not rush into find it. And then you can use your skills and put it into use. If you're trying to run out here in the world, trying to build fires and, warm yourself and warm others and lighting that, giving people warmth and stuff without having any sparks, you can visit the entire world, but you're not adding anything. For once, that is that level of success, that feeling, that connection. The peace restored, the balance within yourself, feeling like, hey, I can move, I can breathe. I don't feel like I have to run around all the time. I can just be here and it's okay. I'm consciously connected to the present moment, and I'm receiving energy and I'm giving energy from that place. And I feel that is what's happening. You only have wands on the table. That means action, movement, power, steps taken. It's awakening. It's movement. Beautiful. King of Pentacles. And then the practical things come in. How are we building this? How are we making this sustainable? What do I want in the long term? What do I want now? What do I need? What does my soul need? Being that kind, compassionate self, and also putting energy in yourself, in your future. Extending yourself that belief that you are worthy of investing into. That you are worthy to take a break. You are human and not a machine, and even a machine needs oil and maintenance and taken care of. So even if you were that, it's an important part. The movement is just as much important of the stillness, because there is no movement if there is no stillness. Then what does movement means? It's a consistent sense of being. The one and the other balance each other out and give each other meaning. So your internal world just as much important as your external world, and it gives each other purpose. If it only is external, doesn't mean as much if there's nothing internal connected to it. Here we have the Six of Wands. That's that level of success. That is finding that purpose. That's finding that connection and that motivation. Again, a wand. And all they need for you to be is to be in your King of Pentacles energy. To understand that certain things take time, and to invest wisely in yourself, and to give yourself constructive advice instead of just criticizing yourself and putting yourself back in to a lower frequency. Beautiful. That Six of Wands really indicates that all elements matter. You can be successful at work, but your love is really lacking. You know, you connect, the feeling of connection you feel to it, the power and energy you're receiving from it. It's important to have elements work together. Not see everything as a separate being. Everything holds each other in balance. And it's a time of where you can wish and dream and work towards that. Again, a wand, the Ace of Wands. Here's that idea, here's that success, here's that power, here's that knowledge. Here's knowing what you want and what you need to do. It's beautiful, such a beautiful reading already. Sometimes we don't notice that certain things bring us so out of balance, and that's why we can't succeed in something that we're so talented in. Find those imbalances. What is tipping you off the scale constantly? What has been tipping you off the scale? Beautiful. Ace of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. And that's where the tables are turning, because nothing is consistent. Everything moves. You know, if you're down, you can be down forever. Look who's there. You're finding your inner wisdom and truth with the High Priestess. You're understanding the truth, the laws of the universe, and you're working with them instead of them letting you overwhelm you and taking you from left to right. It's like you're flowing with it. You understand that every season has its purpose, and we shouldn't force spring to come early. It will come when it comes. And then there are certain things you can do in winter that you cannot do in springtime. And so take advantage of which season you're in your life. This moment of stillness, this moment of unknown, not knowing what's next. This moment where you're being asked to take a leap of faith, where you're being asked to see things in a new light, where everything you know is like for your life it's been green, and now you're being asked to look at it as purple, and that's weird, and that it's a thing. It's not something you just do and wake up in the morning like, and now everything is purple. Okay, except when you still see green. It's like allowing things to show itself to you and not print a label on it. Five of Pentacles. Feel like what you received from your spiritual journey, what you received from your spiritual insights and self was lacking. It was failing you. You were starved for something more meaningful. Starved yourself. Having that level of purpose, having a level of fulfillment in your life, and just focusing on what you had to do. You felt like you had to do. It's logical to do. And now it's ready to be balanced. Like, your higher self is just as much important as your earthly self. And your mind is just as much, deserves just as much space as your heart does, your soul does, and your physical body does. It's a triangle. Let them work together. So, it's almost like coming home. It's almost like you've been searching to come home, like you were lost, and you're coming home. And you find that level of wisdom to, even though when the money hasn't shown up yet, find things in life that make you feel rich and abundant, and to feel that way regardless of what money does. And of course it's easier said than done, feeling abundant when people are knocking on your door that you need to pay things. But you're rich, always rich, in some area of your life. And if you tune into that and send gratitude to those things, it will show up in other areas of your life again. It's a cycle. If you look at something that used to harm you and hurt you and have failed you, and you look at that and feel that frequency, it's going to show up in different things in the present moment, and so the future moment again. It's a filter. And so you owe it to yourself to heal. Not to always think like, oh, it's fine, I can just hang out with you again after what. No, it's like I'm freeing myself. Like, okay, you were at a certain place in my life, in your life, and entered my life, and that was the result of that. I wasn't strong enough to say ho up until here and no further. I chose to have an open heart and open soul and let you come in, and you weren't ready to carry that responsibility because you weren't ready. And so it's okay. And I move forward with my life. And I understand that you still have a lot of growth left to do. So I'm not going to constantly see you in the light of your older self that you no longer are. That person doesn't even exist anymore. Sometimes we're still in love with a person that doesn't even exist anymore. So freeing yourself from that in a beautiful way. Look, you end up with the Justice card. I love this card. I love the colors. I love everything about it. I love the flowers. Like she's just like having that inner smile, right? She has her eyes closed. She's like, I love the smell of the flowers, or like just having a moment. Like, oh, I remember. It's like when you eat something real good and you close your eyes and you're just trying to have all your taste bud, take the lead, like, putting all your energy towards the one senses, and that's the taste. It's like, you close your eyes even if you don't notice. All right, so balance is restored. It's like, hey, there's the other side of this. I'm allowing that to come in as well, to balance out the scale. I don't have to undo myself of everything I am, everything I know, but I'm allowed to, allow certain things to add to that party and to bring in that balance. 2244, very important number for you these next coming weeks. I'm going to pick up a Work Your Light Oracle card. Somehow I feel that these are not all the cards, but it's maybe because the tarot deck is so thick. Alright, let's bring in a card for my Capricorn. There we go. Sisterhood of the Rose. Beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, and teacher. Wow. Beautiful. These type of cards, like, I just want to live in those worlds. Like, I really have that feeling. And I love that. I love these decks. Okay. I'm gonna read it from the book. I did a extended for all the other signs except for the last 4 signs. You guys are one of them. So I'm just gonna go on a little bit longer here on YouTube, as you might notice. If you are on Patreon, I'll make sure I do something extra for these last 4 signs over there, but no extended because I can only give as much as I have to give, right? I have to practice what I preach. But I'm just going with the flow, and there's a new flow coming in, I'm gonna tell you that. Whole new flow. Let me see. Sisterhood. Here. Sisterhood of the Rose. 78. Hello. Here we go. All right. The Sisterhood of the Rose is a lineage of priestesses and mystics who devoted their lives to serving humanity and seeding a light consciousness all over Earth. A cross-section of ancient lioness is in the path of devotion and beauty, Walking this path means being devoted to seeing and creating beauty wherever you go. The rose symbolizes the heart and the sacred geometry of all life. You are being called to notice the beauty around you, particularly in nature, and hear the whispers of Mother Earth. You are being called to spend more time in nature, as all the ancient secrets live there. Mother Earth is consistently whispering, spend time admiring her creations and you will be rewarded with insight and grace. You are being called to take a little bit more time to both notice the beauty that exists all around you and contribute to the beauty of the world in your own way too. This could be through your own creations or in the little things that you like how to dress, to picking flowers for your home. Every time you devote your time to creating beauty, you harmonize the planet a little more, and the shift in vibration can be felt. Wow. Surrounding yourself with beauty and create beauty wherever you go is the additional message. How powerful is that? Because that's something we really did talk about, during this reading. It's finding the beauty within the small things and within yourself and whatever each and every present moment and every stage that you are in your life, and not necessarily putting so much pressure on yourself that you have to become and have to be somewhere where you're just not there yet. And it doesn't mean that place in your life where you're striving for holds more beauty and more grace than the one that you're in right now. It holds that much beauty and grace because of the period that you're in right now and you have been traveling through. You're not where you used to be, Capricorn. You've already taken so much steps, and you should pat yourself on the back for that. Be proud. If I could show you one in a picture, how much growth you went through already, you'll be amazed at this moment, in this day when you're listening to this reading. You'd really be amazed. But it's that constant focus on the next step that sometimes leaves you feel lacking of growth and feeling like you're not moving anywhere, if you wasted time. It's very damaging energy. It's very demotivating, very draining. So go outside, connect with nature, enjoy the stillness, connect with that higher self, and see exactly what your next step shall be. I love you, Capricorn, so much, and you guys are my opposite sign, so a lot of traits you guys hold, I hold within myself as well, and we so beautifully balance each other out. I love you. I'll be back on my channel soon. All right, go beautify the world, Capricorn.